Good afternoon and welcome to America's Home Cooking. Now listen, you might hear some buzzing going through and I might have to cancel the video because we had an earthquake at 10:38 this morning and it was a 4.8. So I'm just going to let you know if you hear some buzzing and stuff going through, it's not me and it's not the bird. It's that New York City keeps on pushing out that we might have tremors. Be aware of it. So if I'm rattling or shaking, it's not me dancing, it's Mother. Okay? Now I am going to make something. I told you that I found 3 meals. One, I have to go to a special butcher to get some cuts. But I am going to make I don't know if you've ever heard of it, a ginger cream brulee. Brulee. It's French. I failed at French. B-R-U-L-E-E with accents on the U and the E. Anybody who speaks French will understand what it is. But anyway, that's what we're going to make, and it's a ginger one. We need 1/4 a cup peeled, diced, very finely ginger. That's what I was doing. Okay. Now, in a saucepan, we need 2 cups of heavy cream. It was funny when we were having the earthquake. I said, dang, did one of those ships hit the docks across the street? That's exactly what I thought. And I said, boy, they hit it pretty hard because we can feel it over here across the street. But it wasn't. It was Mother. She was doing her thing. And I'm not going to tell her she can't. Believe me, she's been much bigger than me at this point. Okay, now we're going to take this and we're going to heat it almost to a simmer. Now, a simmer is when you start getting bubbles around the edges, on the edges before it starts. I'm going to bring you over here so you can actually watch me do this, all right? You don't want it to boil. We're just going to simmer this. And that's right before it comes up to a boil. Because it's heavy cream, we have to be careful that we don't burn it because it will burn. Now, let me see what else I'm going to have. Now, besides that ginger, you're going to need 3 large eggs and 1/2 a cup of sugar. All right? And that's all we're going to need. It's just how we put it together that's the important thing. So I want to get this. Now, the ginger will have to sit in this milk once we heat it to a simmer. Oh, they want me to put it in. I wonder if I could put it in while it's heating up. Let me see. Hold on. Yeah, we're going to put the ginger in now while it's heating up. Okay. So here's another way to work with ginger, which is really, really nice. I'm going to tell you, when I heard my house rattling, I really thought a ship had hit the docks there pretty hard. I was going to go out there and say, we'll see what ship it was. But it wasn't. It was actually an earthquake. Isn't that funny? That's the second one I've had in this house. The first one, I was sitting down with my son and we saw the candelabra going, ting, 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 ting. We just put our hand on it and said, oh well. Didn't pay any mind to it. And then they said, oh, we had an earthquake. Oh, we did? So this is going to be a ginger cream brulee. I can't wait to try this one. I've got the custard cups up there. I'm going to pour it in. So I hope everyone is safe. that's gonna get my throat. This is not really a pudding and it's not a custard, it's sort of in between them. They're very easy to make if you have the patience and the time. A lot of people don't. If you have the time, you're in for a real treat with these. I already showed you how to make a plain one from Europe. And this one is out of my 1950s book, I think, cookbook. Now, once we bring this to a simmer, we're going to let it sit a bit with the ginger, and we'll be working with the eggs and stuff. And then we'll have to strain all of this and get it all going. And the reason I'm keeping the video on is so you can watch this. I want you to see how this is actually put together and how the milk has to look so you can see it and learn. So I'm going to take it off a bead. You can just watch my hands stir the pot. Okay, now we're going to let this sit. Now this is going to have to sit for 5 minutes. So we're going to let this sit for 5 minutes. So I took it off the heat and we're just going to let it sit and steep for 5 minutes. So while we're waiting for it, we will sit there and take care of something else. It has to be done. Just trying to get you between everything. Now they want us, I'm actually going between two recipes because it says to go back to the main one. Okay, we're going to put in a half a cup of sugar in a medium bowl. And we're going to put 3 eggs in. If you want, you can, instead of 3 large eggs, you can use 8 large egg yolks, but I'm going to use the whole egg. I'm not going to waste it. They want us to mix this thoroughly. So, if you have a wooden spoon, you can use a wooden spoon. We still have to wait for the other. Now once this has set the heavy cream and stuff, we're going to pour it into here slowly, but that has to sit to get the ginger out, and then we're going to sit there and strain this. I strain it in a measuring cup so I can pour it. So I'll be straining it through this, which will be easy. So you will need a strainer. All right, I am going to leave you right now because I have to go get my little cups to put it in. These are the cups that they really like you to use, but they have other ones. I'll show you the other kind you can use, but they do recommend these too. Just forgive the tools and stuff, and I have things in here, okay, because I've been using it. They also want these as well. I don't see them this small anymore in the store. You might have to order them online this small. But that's what they want you to use for this. One more minute, and we'll pour this in. It has a mild ginger smell so far. So this is going to be interesting. And this is where we'll be straining it when we get ready to strain it. They recommend 4 to 6 ounce custard cups or ramskins. Now we're going to put them in a water bath. So we have to set the oven temperature at 250 degrees. You know what? Cancel until it gets, oh, okay, it's there. 250, did I say? I went right past it like I was. Okay. I have to get a pan out and I'll be right back. Okay, it's been 5 minutes. everything works right, this shouldn't allow the ginger pieces through, but if it does, I'll have to strain it a second time, but we're gonna try. Okay. Sometimes it takes a little extra to get things done, little things that you do that really make things nice. And that's what we try to do to make for our family. Oh. All right, I'm gonna have to bring it over here. It's just a little crowded. Okay, you see I have this in a bowl. I'm going to pour in here now, each one of these. We have to pour water in here. I don't remember them ever saying boiling water when we made this. Okay, let me get the water in here. This is called actually baking them in a water bath. I usually recommend filling them half of the way up of the containers. Okay, we bake. We just put them in the oven. Make sure they're not touching, because if they're touching, you're going to end up with some problems. In other words, only part of it will be cooked. Now, how do you know when these things are done? This is what you look for, all right? Bake until the custards are set but slightly quivery in the center when the cups are gently shaken, 1 to 1.5 hours. Okay, so that'll be 1:30. No, 2:30. That's 1 to 2:30. Okay? And then they say remove the custards from the water bath and let cool at room temperature. Okay? So when they come out, and I'll see you in about 1.5 hours, and we'll see how they come out. So anyway, we're getting there. Take care, and I'll see you after a bit.